Hi students, in this video we will discuss about display boards. There are different types of display boards. One of the most important display board is the blackboard, which we have discussed already. So we will move on to the other types of display boards. So one of the other type is bulletin board, which is both informational and educational purpose. So this board always stimulates and motivates the students towards knowledge and learning process. So it acts as a supplement and it enriches learning and it stimulates the thought. So it helps in giving intrinsic motivation, curiosity and desire for knowledge. So if you put a bulletin board on a classroom and ask the students to update the bulletin board, so the students will get enthusiastic and they start motivating and they start become creative and they start developing content for bulletin boards. So what is the definition of bulletin board? It is a soft board which holds pins or tags placed either indoor or outdoor in a suitable place for the display of all kinds of creative work of the students. So these boards or soft boards where we can use pins and tags to keep the notice which can be kept inside or as well as outside the classrooms and which displays all the creative work of the students. So what are all the items which can be displayed in the bulletin board? If we see photographs, so most of the time when there is any parties or festivals or get together happens in the schools, and those photographs or any activities conducted by the students, those photographs also we can pin it up. Cut out illustrations from the imagination or creativity of students' interest, we can cut some illustrations and keep it. Publications, so anything which is focused on the students' learning process or to develop the knowledge or update the knowledge, we can cut any kind of current issues or events from magazines or newspapers and you can put it on the bulletin board. Drawings, specimens, posters, newspaper cuttings, pasting announcements and assignments and achievements also. So whenever you put announcement and assignments, it is better to put the achievements of the students as well. So these are the different types of items displayed in the bulletin boards. What is the use? It helps to communicate the ideas. That is the main purpose of bulletin board in all of the institution. You can see a big bulletin board which is kept outside the institution. Mostly it communicates the ideas as well as communicates information to describe the ways of doing a particular item. So for example, if it is like examination, timetables, all those things which gives information on particular item can be displayed. Follow-up instructions, photographs to show local activities. So if you have conducted any local activities, those photographs can be sticked on the bulletin board. Local announcement and information to motivate the learners and present ideas of many individuals. So you can make the students more creative by giving the update of bulletin board to the in charge of the students so that they all can become more motivated and they will start updating the bulletin board in a better way. Present ideas of many individuals, intensify the impressions, add variety to the classroom activity, supplement and correlate instructions. So they can supplement and correlate the instructions other than the normal regular classes. So these are all the purpose of the bulletin board. So what is the principle behind it? You should remember whenever we study an audiovisual aid, we should remember the general principles what we are going to apply when we use that audiovisual aids. So if you are going to use a bulletin board as an audiovisual aid, then you should remember these principles should be kept separate. So don't keep it along with a chalkboard or other notice boards. You have to keep it separately. Plan in advance where to keep the board, and contents of the board should be organized. So you should remember the organization of the content on the bulletin board. You have to arrange it properly. Appearance must be neat, orderly and attractive manner. Material should be changed frequently. This is very important aspect. Most of the colleges there will be bulletin board, but which is not usually updated frequently. You can see maybe 2 years before what has been done. Those photographs also will be there along with the the recent activities. So you have to make sure that you are keeping updated bulletin board always. Material should be changed frequently. Notices should be removed as soon as they are fulfilled their purpose. This is very important. Once the announced information is completed, you have to remove it, and you have to keep space for the new information. Students' contribution should be encouraged. A bulletin board committee should be made. So if you want to keep updating the bulletin board frequently, the best way to update is you give an in charge, or you make a committee who is in charge of the bulletin board. Crowding of display material should be avoided. It should be kept a little above the eye level. So always bulletin board has to be a little above the eye level. So where we can keep it? You can keep it in the classroom door, or you can keep it in front of the teacher's desk, besides the chalkboard, or on the wall. Of course, it should be hanged on the wall. How we can make bulletin board is you can use materials like layer board or cardboard, wallpaper, staples, scissors, glue, masking tape, letters printed or written. There are different types of bulletin boards are there, like flannel boards, magnetic board, fixed type, movable type, and folded type. So there are different types. If it is bulletin board is made of flannel cloth, we say it is flannel board. Magnetic board, and some of the colleges, instead of the soft cloth or thermocol, they use a magnetic board as a bulletin board. Fixed type, where you cannot move it. Movable type also available, and folded type also. What is the advantages? Students cannot complain that the resources are not out in the open. So they cannot complain that I did not see the announcement, or I did not see the exam timetable, because everything will be put on the notice board. Great way for teachers to pin the useful materials for students' display. If the bulletin board is kept inside the classroom, the teachers can pin the assignment work, or the examination schedules, or internal unit test examination schedule. All those things she can pin it in the display board. Class schedules, daily activities can be posted. That is like timetable and regular activities. Students' achievements, artwork can be posted in the main bulletin board. It increases the motivation and creativeness. So what is the demerits or disadvantages? Information on bulletin boards are often ignored. Sometimes nobody will be interested to see the bulletin board if you are not like really engaging students with the bulletin board. For example, you are not at all keeping any informations there, so then the students never get attracted towards the bulletin board. They always ignore it. People can mess up the stuff that's pinned to the board. Sometimes too much of information which is pinned on the bulletin board may give a messy look. Most of the classroom don't use the board effectively, often end up as a decorative item. So of course, what we have seen in our classroom also is the same. Yes, they just hang a board but never updated and not used for any passing of information, and it is just kept as a decorative item. The next type of display board is flannel board. So what is flannel board? It is a rigid material covered with a flannel cloth or felt cloth, okay, wool or cotton. So the material is made of said to be a flannel cloth or felt sheet or wool or cotton material, where on top of the normal board. So what are the articles required to make flannel board is wooden plywood board, felt or flannel cloth, flannel picks, and gum. So what you have to do, you have to take a hard board. On top of that you can keep a flannel material which is available in the cloth store, or you can put a soft material where you can stick the pictures with the help of the flannel pictures. The principles of flannel board is one piece of rough textured cloth is adhered to stick to another piece of the rough textured cloth. So you can keep a flannel cloth on top of the another flannel cloth. It will stick together. The backing material may be wallboard, plywood, softwood, or heavy cardboard, etc. Material used can be cotton, flannel, or khadi. any colors of flannel cloth can be used, but slightly darker shades are better. So if you select green or blue, it gives a pleasant or bright appearance to the wall. It has the same characteristics of the notice board, or we say it as bulletin board. And what is pegboard? Letters and numbers are inserted in the board for the purpose of display. So you can see in the hotels or in the hospitals and all, sometimes they change the name of the doctors, or they change the rate of the items. Especially you can, if you go to a gold shop, you can see that pegboards where they insert the numbers or names there. It is mostly used in hospitals and government institutions for displaying census. You can see in gold shop to see the gold rate also. It is difficult to maintain as dirt accumulates in the hole. So the peg boards has pegs. Pegs are nothing but holes. So what happens? Dirt may accumulate inside the holes. Numbers and letters attached gets damaged and missed. So it will be difficult then if you are not using it or keeping it, storing it properly. The numbers or letters may get missed. That is pegboard. So we have discussed flannel board, notice board. Notice board and bulletin board are almost same. Bulletin board, you use it as multi-purpose like information as well as educational, whereas notice board you use it for only informational purpose. Okay, and pegboard. Pegboards is the one with numbers and letters where you will insert it in the pegs. Pegs are nothing but holes. Okay, so these are all the different kinds of display boards. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.